Hello, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well today. It is actually the day before Thanksgiving. I guess the day's the 25th, maybe. Anyway, November. Oh, hold on. You see Charlie, my doggy? Oh, come on. He's been outside looking for his ball, but I hid his ball in the refrigerator because he's driving me crazy. Anyway, welcome to my channel, Lisa Kester with Wild Acorns Pottery. But today, well, actually, I named it Wild Acorns Art Studio, though, I think I could remember that, but I can't. But anyway, I changed it to Art Studio because I do a lot of different things now instead of pottery. So I've been painting these jars, and they turned out so cute that I thought maybe you guys would enjoy a video. So this is more Christmassy. I'm actually in a Christmas show next week at a country club, and the Western Hills Country Club, because I live in Western Hills, Cincinnati, Ohio. But anyway, so that's one. So I did quite a few of them. So I thought you might enjoy painting a jar, and it's actually a luminary. So so this one here, I'll open this one. Let's see here. So I have these little tea lights that I bought from Amazon, and they and there's what they are. So these are the 6-hour ones. So you turn them on, but there's a little dial in the bottom. You just switch it over, and it'll come on. Whenever you turn it on, it'll stay on for 6 hours. So I thought these were kind of nice, and they flicker. So, and I've got these on my. I did put them on my Etsy shop, but and I've got some real cute little moss in there. Look at this little fuzzy moss. Isn't that cute? It's kind of smells like earthy. I guess what you can call it, earthy. Can't say that it smells real good, but I guess it'll dry out, I guess, and I won't be smelling it. Okay, so we'll put that aside. And you can, if you're near a Hobby Lobby store, they have these 40% off right now. But I bought some of these off of the Michaels website. They had them on sale. And of course, Amazon, Amazon isn't, I'm going to pull my sleeves up. Amazon used to be pretty cheap, the pricing used to be pretty competitive. But I don't think it's as competitive anymore as it used to be. Look at my cute little cup. Oh, so I know, but you can price compare wherever you live and see what's the least expensive. Now I wiped this off. Sorry, I wiped this off with just water. You can use Windex, but if you use like Windex or soap, just make sure you get all the residue off. So, and I used like a microfiber towel and just made sure I got it real clean. So now let me show you the paints. See if I can lower this without the phone falling out, because we're so high tech here. Very, very high tech. Is everybody getting ready for Thanksgiving or the holidays? I know Christmas and Hanukkah, and it's always fun to celebrate some holidays, whatever you celebrate. Okay, so there's the jar. So I don't know. I think I'm going to do, I don't want too much Christmassy stuff, because if I don't sell it at the show this next week, I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of Christmas stuff. I go on my Etsy shop, so, it probably would sell before Christmas, but, I don't know, I think I'm going to do, a bluish purple one. Same kind of style as this, I guess. But I'll definitely do another one of these too, though. This turned out really pretty. I guess you can... I'll show you the inside. I don't know if I'll be able to see. That's what the inside looks like. Ah, there goes my candle falling over. there's, you can kind of see it. I thought that looked better than just a bare, just a bare bottom, you know. I thought about, you know, little baby acorns, not acorns, pine cones too. But I don't know, I just ended up with, oh, hold on, my ponytail's falling out. My ponytail. I had a hat on before because I went over to Hobby Lobby to see what jars they had on sale, and forgot to, I had a thing on, a hat on, so anyway. So, okay, so I did want to point out the paints. So, I got just some old paint brushes, so don't, you know, you have a thin one, a medium one, and a thicker one. You know, it's nice to have some flat ones, and then some narrow ones, medium ones. You know, they don't have to be really good, but like this one is a pain because it's, see how the tip splits? And that's because when you're using, I probably use this maybe with underglaze for pottery, or, you know, I just got some acrylics down in there. But, and then to outline them, some of them I outline, I just use a Sharpie. It's permanent, works well. So that's what I use there. Let's see, where can I put these? Get them out of the way. Okay, so here's my paints. So these paints, I'm going to kind of set them aside here so you can, but these are Goldens. Okay, so I just got 2 trays of them. See, I had to stir them a little bit. They settled a little bit, but I just keep them in these trays. They have lids on them. So, and then of course there's also, let's see here, you can buy Master's Touch, or what was the other one? Liquitex. Let me show you. Or Liquitex. Now, there's a big difference. So here are my Goldens, and they are golden if you ask me. So here's my jars of paint. These are the Goldens. They are probably twice as expensive, maybe more. But Michael's, Hobby Lobby doesn't carry them, but Michael's carries them. Amazon carries them, and a lot of times they have them 40% off. So if you see a good sale like that, I would say buy them. These paints, good paints, make all the difference, and I will show you. The difference is huge. Let me show you. So, and it's just a preference too, but okay, so if you look at this jar, the paint is very opaque. You see, you really can't, so the light that's inside this is not gonna show through as much as, say, this one. Now, this also has, once I paint these, I spray them with this Rust-Oleum frosted glass spray paint. And it just hides, you know, I guess if you put a candle inside, or, you know, just kind of makes them look more finished. Otherwise, you'd have, you know, this clear glass look, which isn't bad either. It's just a matter of preference. But the big difference is that these you can't see through. Now I have a lot of coats on here, so you cannot see through here either. I added a bunch of coats. But you can, believe it or not, the light does come through these more than than these. I mean, the colors, you know, and everything are different. Of course, you could, you know, mix the different colors, which I did, but I just could not really get the look I wanted. So these are Goldens, and like I said, they make a big difference. I got a little lid off a bucket here, and I've got some deli papers. You just buy these deli papers at the store. Put a little water down, and then this is your paint palette. You don't need something fancy. Some people paint on paper plates, but with the deli paper, you can actually whatever paint that's left, smear it around, and then save it. Then you can cut out the pieces and use them for artwork or collages, books and things. So, all right, let's see here. What am I gonna do? I think I'm going to do that brush is too thick, I can tell. I love these brushes that do. This one is a Master's Touch, and see how it's tapered? I love those. The more tapered they are, and some, the expensive ones really hold the taper much better. So, kind of get what you pay for on these two. I'm going to add a little bit of water to my white, because my white is not golden. I don't know why I didn't. I should have just put golden white in here, but I had already had some Liquitex. There we go. And I'm just going to smear some over here because I know I'll be using it. I use a lot of white. Christopher, I'm making a video. He's got the TV way up and people shooting each other, and he must be playing a video game. Okay, should I do pink? I think I'll do what I was originally going to do, and that's blue, kind of lavender. So, I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can kind of move this. I need kind of a different setup when I'm doing something like this because I'm not really laying it down. Well, I could lay it down. I don't know if that's how you guys, maybe you guys can see it best that way. Let's see. Nah, too weird. So I'm pressing down and then releasing some of the pressure on the brush. And you can go either way, but my flowers, how I always do it. Now you could draw this out on here first, but I've painted so many of these that I could do it in my sleep. Now this flower is going to be a little bit fatter leaves, it looks like. I guess I'm pressing down a little bit harder. Plus my brush has picked up more paint. It is really, really windy here today. We have 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts of wind. I think we're supposed to get a little bit of snow tonight, but now I'm leaving it away from the center because I know I'm going to put a center in there. Oh, look at that. So you do have to be careful. You don't want it to run. So when I put these away, I spray them a little bit with water sometimes. So that's why it's running, because I probably put a little too much water in there. Okay, so now let me wash my brush out. I wish I had one just a little bit smaller than this, but I guess this one's okay. I've ruined so many of my brushes with underglazes and stuff. The underglazes for pottery, the grit from the underglazes gets in your brush and kind of hard to get out. So I'm going to stir these up because the colors, they kind of separate a little bit, like some of the pigments separate when they sit for a while. Like this is a real pretty gold. Oh, you can't see that. This is a real pretty gold, but there's some, oh, yikes. Get back over there. I just added some water to that white. That's why that's doing that. Whoops. But yeah, so sometimes they get a little water and they can settle a little bit. Okay, so I really don't want purple ones. I think I'm going to do, although if I left them purple, my sister-in-law would probably buy it. I really just wanted the, whoops, the background of the purple because I'm hoping that it comes through a little bit. I want it to mix just a little bit. Yeah. See how that's kind of mixing? You can kind of see there. There you go. I'm going to go back to the other side because I do want them to match, you know, somewhat. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and thanks for those who just watched my bell making video. Oh, and I did buy some more wire when I was over at Hobby Lobby, and instead of the shiny copper wire I got for the bells, I found like a brass color, which is I think I like a lot better. All right, so I'm trying to think of another color to add on here because, you know, when you're painting with acrylics, it's all about layers. Always adding layers. Let's see some of this white. If I could add a touch of white. That's kind of pretty too. Whoops, I dipped in the wrong color. Oh. Pay attention, Lisa, pay attention. I'm sure you guys saw that, didn't you? Lisa, don't do it, don't do it. You guys see things I don't. There we go. I think that's pretty. I still think I've add some more colors, but sometimes, you know, you gotta know when to stop. But I think I'm gonna add, I've got this real pretty purple here, and I think I'm gonna add just a touch of this to the tips. I could be sorry, but you know, if you don't try it, you know, you won't know if it looks good. And of course I'm going to add leaves too. And I will, of course, add my black lines too. Doesn't look like much there, does it? I'm going to smooth these out just a little bit. I think it's a little rough. Yeah, Charlie, he likes to play with this rubber ball, and he's been throwing it over there behind boxes, and you know how much I mean my studio was filled with boxes and canvases and glazes, and oh, my wheel is over there, and he hides his ball, and then he barks and barks and barks until we get it. So he drives us crazy. So eventually we have to hide the ball. So he's so good at sniffing it out that we have to hide it in the refrigerator. Otherwise, he knows where we've hid it at. He's crazy. He's part Pyrodoodle or Great Pyrenees and part poodle. He's not real hyper though. I mean, he's only a year and a half, so he's still a puppy. He's a big puppy. Okay. Yeah, I really like that purple that I added. I'm going to add a little bit of the white to this one too. I may have to stop the video and come back to do the white. I mean the black outline, because I'm not sure this will be dry. You know, they take an hour to dry. I think I'm going to do yellow in the center. I was supposed to be in an art show this Saturday, and I just was worried about my knee bothering me, so I didn't do it. And I'm kind of glad, because now we're supposed to be very cold and kind of snow showers here. So now I'm going to add some leaves. So I'm going to start out with this dark. This is like a golden green. So I've got a couple greens here. I've got one that I added a little bit of red to. It's a little, so if you add red to green, it kind of turns it more olive. So I do have a couple colors here. So I'm going to start out with the darker color first. And see how that's, you can see right through it? That's what I mean. If that was Master's Touch from Hobby Lobby, or if it was Liquitex, they're more opaque. You can't see through them. Now, I will probably, I don't know, let me see. I'm going to add a little bit of this light color, so you can still see through it a little bit, but not as much. Just going to add a little bit of this light color just to, you really don't need to add much paint. But, you know, it's fun to paint, and then you get kind of carried away. Now that one went over just a little bit into the blue. So I'm going to take another brush here and just I want it to look like the leaves are behind the petals. So that's 4 leaves. I like to keep it odd, an odd number. That's what they always say. I guess it adds interest, you know, kind of. Okay, and then I think I'm going to add a little bit of this yellow to the center. Let's see here. Probably would be easier to let this dry a little bit. There you go. Is Daddy home, Chris? Let's see. Let's put this yellow in here too. I guess somebody's here. Charlie's a good watchdog. All right, let's do some yellows. No, come here, Charlie. There's nobody here. No, there's nobody here. Oh. I don't know if it's a Great Pyrenees thing or a poodle thing, but he loves the bark. Oh, gosh. We thought we'll get a big dog instead of a little dog this time because the little dogs were such yappers. And he barks just as much as they did. So you can see that there. All right, let's get some more green. Charlie. Chris, is somebody out there? I can see somebody. Close the curtain. Oh, okay. Oh, make sure nothing's running. I saw running a little bit over there, so let's finish over on this side. Gosh. Oh, once he starts, it's hard to get him to stop. Unless there's somebody out there. My brother lives across the street from us, and he comes over and plays with him sometimes, so if he sees him out there, he's all about, he thinks everybody's coming here to play with him. When the Amazon driver guy came, oh my gosh, he wanted to get in the truck. He just wanted to play with the Amazon driver. And he just would not leave the driver alone. And I kept telling the driver, I'm sorry, you know, he thinks you're here to play with him. And the guy just, you know, he just laughed. Thank goodness he wasn't afraid of dogs. Oh my gosh, Charlie would not leave him alone. Yeah, he thinks everybody who comes over is here to play ball with him. That's all he cares about.
I'm in this video. You? Come home. What's in bond?
Oh, that's what the shooting's from. He's watching a James Bond movie. Okay, so I think we're getting Skyline tonight. We like Skyline here in Cincinnati. Skyline chili is a big thing that's very popular. Everybody eats it. We've got Gold Star too, but I hope you guys can see this okay. I want to hold it up in just a minute. I just got to get this paint on here so that it's hard to paint without really being able to see it very well. There we go. So now I'm going to go back and just go over these leaves a little bit, because can you see how this looks like it's in front of that petal? I don't know. I always kind of like it behind the petal. So when I'm done putting the leaves in, I guess I could put the leaves in first, but then I don't really know exactly where the petals are going to go. So but you do have to be careful, because if this gets too dry and you try to paint over it, it can like you're brushing the paint back off. There we go. And now I'm getting some green in here. So that's what I'm trying to do is can you hear the wind? We were trying to rake leaves over. No, we were trying to rake leaves yesterday and then today, and they just kept blowing back at us. I think I'm ruining this. Like I said, you gotta know when to stop, and I need to stop messing with it. This is what happens when you just keep playing with it. Okay, let's see here. This is running a little bit. Little booger. I'm not supposed to run. These paints aren't really that, they're not that watery at all. Okay, so I'm going to put a little more yellow in the center. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of white, because I really don't want to see through the center. Okay. I hope this doesn't run too much. Kind of mixing the yellow in with the orange. But yeah, you gotta be careful when you add in. So there we are. See the center? I kind of mixed it up. So this is the first part. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back and do the outline. All right, I will. And so the side's going to look like this, but that's okay because I'm going to spray it. So I will be back. Whoops, let me hold this for you. Oh, so you can see it. There we go. All right, we are back. So I did add a little bit more blue to make the petals a little bit bigger because I thought once I looked at it, I thought the petals were a little bit small for the size jar. So without further ado, this says Sharpie. These are just Sharpie fine point permanent marker. And I'm just going to take this. I moved it a little bit closer so you can see a little bit better here. And okay, so I'm going to have to kind of turn it towards me, but I'll show you. I just do this kind of loosely because I want it to look whimsical, not. Chris, turn it down a little bit. He's watching a James Bond movie. He's still watching it. We turned it off because we got our skyline, our chili. I got a chili bean burrito, which it was okay. It was kind of cold by the time my husband got it home, but that's all right. Yeah, so don't try to be perfect. You see that? Oh, I can't even hardly see it, can you? There you go. But you'll be able to see it more when I get it all done. And you don't have to, have the lines all connecting. You can, make them kind of sporadic a little bit, like intermittent, which kind of adds to, making it not look perfect. There we go. Let's see now. Now I put my dots. Hope you can see this. I always. So sometimes I like to keep the markers that I kind of flatten out the tips on because it's easier to make dots. This one here's a little bit, the tip is a little bit more worn down, so sometimes it's easier to do my little dots. There we go. Is everybody doing shows for the holiday season? Now's the best time, isn't it? If you don't sell it right now, you'll never sell it. I shouldn't say you'll never sell it, but you know what? You know how people, they spend money during the holidays, so now is the time. Let's see. There we go. There you go. Yeah. Let's do this side. It really does add to it. And A lot of times, like I said, if the tip wears down, it makes for a little bit thicker line, which can kind of look nice sometimes. Anybody live up in New York? Going to the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade tomorrow? My niece lives up there, but they don't go to the parade, I don't think. They say you have to get there so early to get a good spot. There we go. So again, these are golden paints, which, you know, if you can afford them, I highly recommend them. I don't get a kickback or so many people I notice, you know, they mostly just endorse stuff now. You know, they get free samples and stuff, which I do a couple every once in a while. I get, you know, some free samples, but it's pretty rare. I'm not big enough, I guess. Plus, I really don't care all that much because I want to use what I like. I'm not gonna endorse something just because somebody gave me a few free samples. But I do love the Goldens. When I first started painting, excuse me, I didn't realize, you know, there was that big a difference, and I thought that Liquitex was so good, so much better than the Master's Touch that Hobby Lobby sells, and I guess Michael sells. And then my friend, who I take some painting classes from and do some painting with her, she hooked me up with the Goldens, and wow, what a difference. It's you know, sometimes you do get what you pay for, and good brushes and good paint and good canvases, you know, really make a difference. I think that is the heck. Look, I had a lid. Look what I did. I had 2 lids on there. Oh goodness. Yeah. So anyway, so now, so here's what I put on here: frosted glass Rust-Oleum. So I'm going to spray it. Do not do what I do. Do this outside. But for the video, you have to spray them with something. Oh, God. Like I said, do not do what I do. Okay. Okay. Before I asphyxiate myself. Oh, my Lord. Oh, it does smell good, though. I'm turning the fan on. Like I said, do not do what I do. Oh, come on. There we go. I got my little heater here. Speed things up. I know you're all out there. Lisa, don't do that. And it is not good for you. I mean, when I sprayed these, I sprayed them all outside. Because, yeah, it is not good to inhale that. But I don't think once is going to hurt me. So, oh, look at that, it's already dry. There we go. Oh, this is so pretty. So pretty. My little trusty heater. That's a little comfort zone heater. Those things, those are so nice. Okay, now look at that. And there we go. See how it's nice and frosted? See that frosted? Not pretty? So there we go. So now, after I've asphyxiated myself, let me get a... So here's what I bought for the inside. It's just this moss collection. And it comes like this in a big bag. I'm just gonna put a few little things in here. Look how this stuff is so, it's so spongy. Look at that. Just put a few down in there. Spread them out. Turn my little light on. See the little light there? I'll put that down inside there. Let me stand up here. So you can just, this is so soft to your hands. I just love this stuff. I'm gonna have to make some, maybe the next one I paint after Christmas will be a fairy house. So we'll put that in there like that. Snap the lid down. Let me turn this light off here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn a couple. There we go. I guess you can see it a little bit, can't you? Let me turn another light off. There we go. No, now you can see a little bit. It really doesn't flicker as much as it looks like it, but I don't know why this. It hardly flickers in here, but for some reason, when you look at it from the outside, it looks like it's flickering much more. I don't know. How about that? I guess you can kind of see. I hate to turn all the lights out. Let's see. Let's see. Hang on. How many have I lost by now? I know I probably lost most people, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, let's see if this shows up more. Oh goodness, I'll probably lose you all together. Oh, here we go. Look at that. It's kind of weird coming through the flower, but it is pretty, isn't it? All right. Let me see if I can get the lights back on. Was that worth it? I don't know. There we go. All right. All right. You can see it's dark now. All right. So what'd you think? Anyway, I hope you'd have a go at it because these are really fun and you can get them. See little moss down in there? You can, you know, you can. I've seen some where you glue the hemp rope around it and make like a little door in a fairy house. So that's what I'm going to try to do next. I'm going to glue some of this. I might glue some of that stuff to the outside. I'm not sure yet, but that'll be another video. Thanks for watching. Have a great holiday that's coming up. And I will see you in the next video. And if you like this and you don't think I'm crazy, please share.